Welcome to Gaius's light-etched citadel, where the ceilings are cut, the butlers are faithful, and your father creates chairs like he's trying to build a brand new universe with his bare hands.
I call this the Lumwood Palace. First up, the entrance. So bright, so shiny, it's like walking into a portal to total freedom.
He heads straight for his own little house of worship, the chapel.
The ceilings are cut off again. I swear it's a conspiracy by the developers.
We're told updates to construction will change that, so stay tuned. We're moving on to the social hub, the dance halls. Now, Gaius likes to host. He heads to the dining room to ring for dinner, because nothing says secure heritage quite like one guy yelling through a bell.
You gotta love that guy. You need a napkin? Need a drink? He's got you. He's in the kitchen, collecting samples of the chef's delight.
Straight from the keg, classy.
It tastes like victory. Now check out the parlor.
Chilling with the fireplace and the books. Move over, Martha Stewart. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Gaius heads down to the study.
He's using the telescope.
He's tracking something, a crashed star. This guy has his finger on the pulse of the economy.
Look at him go.
He teleports into the aquarium. Swim time, baby.
Maybe he's part fish? I don't judge.
It's off to the menagerie to check on the wildlife.
Check out the pets. Oh, is that a rock?
But wait, the West Wing. Up the stairs. We're getting a tour of the costume room.
So much space to store my best jewelry. Not yours, honey. Don't touch it.
Moving on to the bed.
He walks into the bedroom, and he checks his reflection. Sloppy. You gotta brush your hair before your parents come over. Now check this out. The game room.
Okay, this is what we're talking about. He hits the combat stone, the grindhouse.
We got the boxing ring, the combat ring, the balance beam.
This is literally a gym for grown-ups. But check this out. It doesn't work, but why try to be useful when you can be silly? Now let's see the main event. Nora and Gaius in the combat ring. Wooden swords only, people. Fight.
Look at us go. Nora for the win. Bam, bam, pow.
Look at her technique. That's it. It's a beautiful performance art. They fight with honor. Gaius goes upstairs to the workshop. He builds chairs, then moves to the portal room. Alright, this part is wild. 3 portals? 1 portal? He uses the scrying pool to find people, and one specifically for Ardoon. Now folks, this is the pièce de résistance. Gaius goes to the throne room, and Nora, she's waiting.
And then, he goes plummet.
Did you see that? The Count just took a nosedive into the dungeon. Welcome to the oubliette, baby. Let's see what it takes to get to the treasure.
Check this out. He's got to fight these mobs just to get to the stash. That is hardcore. Look at those monsters. The Rocknar, the spiders.
We love the spiders, lesser demons, and finally, the black demon. Gaius finally reaches the treasure, and he secures the bag.
Salutations, friends, allies, fans, and peers of Nors.
We're your hostesses with the mostest.
And at last, we welcome you yet again to another brief update. Do remember to like, subscribe, and share. Your engagement ensures further excursions into clan antics, musical interludes, and rather entertaining reviews. For those who like to read, if you didn't get the memo, we have additional content in the form of an ongoing zine called Baroness's Bulletin, a light novel comic called Divination's Destiny, syndicated with most issue releases. It carries the legacy of the clan fan fiction on our wiki in Seal Stories and Uchiha Stories.
Ooh, cha-cha-chia.
We'll try to have an event every day except Thursday unless requested. We'll take a more appropriately laid-back approach to Saturdays, though we will never hesitate to attempt at connecting or closing the evening on a high social note. Thank you, Mighty King Dave, for the continued stupendous and uplifting artwork in your calendars. Without hindrance to our continued video output built on the momentum from our recent music video, and having no intentions to overcomplicate things. Look forward to the production and release of our fully recorded single before we return to working on part 2 of Reflection.
Let's crank this update to 11, baby.
Players are excited but cautious about utility and existing storage in regards to the POH rework now finally from
Seed
11 years ago with the addition of the aquarium, with promises of old-school nexuses, freestyle furniture placement and room shapes in a reset layout. They're calling for meaningful rewards like rare furniture drops, better teleports,
and a true sense of immersion
with fully landscaped neighborhoods and trophy cases directly connected to adventurers' logs. For boss slayers, it will be a challenge to make the journey to your house feel as rewarding, or more rewarding, than just porting directly to the meta hubs like Wars Retreat and Fort 4 and 3.
And nobody better touch their Hellcat.
12 years later. later, the forgotten beginner's suburban movie set of Ashdale has found a gorgeous and profitable coastal province counterpart in Haven Hive's Witcher-like atmosphere, hunter additions like birdhouses, and revitalizations of old concepts like clockworks, chinkampas, and a giant mole-like boss. Admit for the simple first in a line of partly free-to-play quests
with a hint of magic,
low-level mobs, and gathering. Looming Burrows is back with a vengeance, featuring a new 5-minute quest, thieving action, and the advent of
a new and
anywhere low-cost token system that members, free-to-play, and Iron Man players alike can participate in. Be on the lookout for Norse clan members and allies in trade worlds who might be
filtering the pastels
through blue and gold to add on to the spirit of the festivities in between participation in the new content.
Friday, December 5th, 2025, the Christmas Village popped off. After crushing that new Christmas quest and diving into Snoverload with Dave, we turned the site into a neon-lit cookie dust extravaganza.
I'm talking golden cabbages, herb burners, kegs.
It was basically the North Pole meeting the main stage on steroids.
The hype was real, the vibes were immaculate.
Whether it was Walk Like an Egyptian or Past the Skooma, it was a spectacular symphony wrapped in holiday glamour.
Monday, December 8th, 2025.
Gaius and I were totally winging it against the new boss, Flesh Hatcher, with Dave and Willie stepping in to save the day.
Blood, fire, eldritch tentacles.
Gaius, bless his heart, sent off a legendary item in a panic to save time, and Dave literally covered him with another one.
Classic disaster, total masterpiece.
All at once. Pray Mage was our battle cry, and when that eye looked suspiciously like a Saradomin symbol, we knew we were in for the fight of our lives.
Friday, January 2nd, 2026.
Nora spent the evening at the Duel Arena with Skulking 778.
It was classic tradwife energy.
She forgot her bank pin, but left with full gear and a new appreciation for old-school duelists.
He stepped up to suit her up.
And tossing around the idea of a sub-clan for old school called Gracious Ceremony. Saturday, January 3rd, 2026.
The holidays had to wrap up.
Balloons popped at lodestones every hour on the hour. Nora snagged some gorgeous silver Warholian balloons, and Count Gaius received a yellow Santa hat from Kiji Samo.
A keepsake he's literally still wearing.
The return of Snoverload had us all nostalgic for our old snowboard park, but we took the vibes where we could get them. Throughout January, we split up for the 25th Cape-versary event.
It was a token grinding fever dream to get those inverted skill capes. Nora got her green woodcutting one. Gaius got the green True Mastery woodcutting cape.
An emotional peak was visiting the rune altar to Guthyex.
Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Val is back, baby.
The Citadel Senate room was packed with high spirits while time stood still for the return of Val. Everyone was so hyped and sympathetic 6-year absence. One topic that came up in the discussion was the rising price of bonds since absence.
Friday, January 23rd, 2026.
History was made with Zazima actually showing up while we mined a crash star with Maru crew. He wasn't just there, he was happy to chat and dropped some wild news that he's a huge fan of League of Legends.
That's the kind of event that makes a player go, I can't believe this just happened.
Sunday, February 8th, 2026. We faced off in Fist of Guthix.
The energy was through the roof, the turnout was proper, and we were absolutely crushing it.
The strategies were back and we were buzzing about extending invites to the OA Day tournament. The vibe was attack as the new defense. Behind the scenes fun, live action reviews, and adventures that happen outside of RuneScape.
Welcome to the Citadel Rec Room, where the only thing more epic than RuneScape is the chaos we're about to unleash.
Release is the key word of March, besides its own name. Various forms of excitement, to say the least, for the month. On a general level, as well as I would say personally, for the band and our own tastes. There was new technology on the horizon with demonstrations by Casio of new sampling equipment, as well as stylophone and animation. The long-awaited JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run finally came out. Also, for Western animation fans and those who don't mind some CGI, The Amazing Digital Circus had its 8th episode come out. It was the first full month following the release of our recently completed music video. In anticipation of Nora's Updates 347, we also uploaded the first excerpt from it in the Fist of Guthix event between New Order and Fealty Stars. For the casual lunch gamer who likes Nintendo, the Tomodachi Life sequel demo has been released, the game is going to be much more expansive than the original. On lighter notes, it was disputed as to whether Jim Carrey was himself or not at the Oscars, and Alyssa Liu was the first gold-winning American Olympic ice skater in a very long time.
Good night. Stay awesome.
Like a glittering prize, I saw you up on a clear day. First it came hard.